Hello folks, welcome to my YouTube channel, Watercolor Impressions. This week we're going to take a scene from Toronto and we're going to have fun with watercolors. Before you go, hit the subscribe button so that you guys can get weekly video updates from our channel. And let's get started. Before we're painting in watercolors, the first thing we have to do is picking our reference. So for this video, I picked something I'm usually comfortable with, the stuff which make me excited to paint. So pick a subject which makes you excited, because that also helps you to paint confidently as well. And I'm really comfortable with cityscape, and I also comfortable with streetcars, so I'm kind of doing it. So when you pick your subject, one of the thing a lot of beginners make a mistake is like painting as it is, and I did that for quite a years. Then I realized that as a painter, we are telling a story, and we have to arrange our shapes in such a way that we are creating a impactful and creating interesting composition. And when people look at this painting, still they believe that it's that place, but I'm putting our own spin on it. So when you pick your comfortable subject, it also helps you to have fun with it, and you can enjoy by studying as well as while you're painting as well. So I started with my first wash. You can see in the reference, even though it was really grayish, I made my cloud a little bit purple. So when you do the first wash, make sure not to caught up with the details in your reference. Put the colors as it impresses you. What I mean by that is, people don't see colors as they see it. They see colors as it impresses them. So that's why every artist have their own way of interpreting colors, composition, and own way of painting as well. And you can also create your own style, and it does take quite a bit of time to understand to creating a unique style. But if you're not coming up and scared about coming up with your own style, you can look at your master paintings and you can try to emulate that mood and bring it into your painting. So, and one thing about watercolor I want to talk about is it's about the fluidity. If you want to have fun with watercolors, you have to have a mindset of letting it go. You can't be trying to force watercolors, and you shouldn't be trying to fix anything. Just leave it as it is and let's see what you can come up with. And this is so I did have quite a bit of hard time when I started painting watercolors. Once I put the mindset of let does what watercolor does, and I will just do whatever I can. But then something miraculous happened at one point. Is like my painting got a little bit better every day. And it also when you try to paint in a confident way. Don't worry about being pretty, or don't worry about being accurate to the reference. For example, even the reflections I made, it looked a little bit darker, but I left it as it is. Even though if you see the buildings, I simplify it. If you want to have fun with the watercolors and create a simple composition, as well as try to paint in a quick, confident way. What I mean by you can see even for the windows for the streetcar, I try to paint it in one stroke. I don't try to dab like each and every stroke. You can also see on the left hand side, I also left the streetcar and the car in the foreground, because if I would have added that scene exactly as it is, it would have created that noise in our painting. It would not create this interesting or impactful composition in our painting. And this is another thing a lot of beginners do a mistake. When they pick a reference, they try to match it as it is. If you want to have fun with it, try to change everything in your painting just for fun, so that you just paint it for yourself, so that you don't try to paint to impress others. You just paint for yourself. And that's when I realized that when I painted for myself and I tried to have fun, that's when my painting got a lot better than when I tried to paint for something like an exhibition or try to impress someone. So next time when you paint, try to think about why you're painting, what's the reason behind it. And when I paint subjects like this, I don't care about my final painting. I try to let it go. I strongly believe that there is no good or bad painting. Either the painting worked or it didn't. Because whenever you have that mindset, trying to make a good painting, you always lose. Try to have a mindset of whatever comes, it's fine, and you keep going. You ended up having a good painting. And there are times I realized that when I start the painting, in the midpoint, I felt that I couldn't paint anymore. This painting sucks. But deep down I had the faith of this something magical will happen from this, and I will keep going at it. At the end, I was realized for most of the times I came up with a good painting. So next time when you paint, so just keep going and try to have fun with it. Not to try to impress any others, just paint for yourself, and try to change your subjects as often you can, and try to put as much as details of how you want it. And it is also okay to change your shapes and buildings, and you can move the cars, people, and do whatever you can, so that you have that have an expression of creating your own painting than painting for a reference. And this is also helps you to bring your originality and concepting your painting as well. And I believe that a lot of masters did it as well. They changed a lot of their composition. They arrange the subjects in such a way that they're creating a story for themselves, and to create an impactful composition so the viewer can enjoy it. And you can see even the streetcar poles and even the signals, I kind of changed it a little bit here and there to enhance perspective. Even though I'm telling you to have fun with watercolors and paint as you wish, but there are certain things need to be taken care, or any kind of painting do. We have to be focusing on the perspective. Perspective will show us depth in our painting as well, and the values. So values are nothing but the darker to lighter values, which we can enhance perspective and depth using darker colors and lighter colors. Usually the warm colors come in the foreground, the cool colors go in distance, and the dark tones come in the foreground, and the lighter tones go in the distance. So these are a few basics you can take, and you can try to enhance perspective in your painting as well. And now I'm adding the red details, the street lights as well as the streetcar lights, and I'm adding this just to create a little bit of color variations in my painting. And I've seen a lot of watercolor paintings which looks monotonous, and I try to push a little bit of colors in my painting. Even if you see in the reference, if you squint your eyes, there is two things that will pop in your scene: the streetcar, the orange sign, the construction sign on the right hand side. And I also use white paint, and you can also see I left the car on the right hand side, and I added a person with an umbrella in the foreground. That also creates a little bit of interesting element in our painting as well. And if you see a lot of photographers, they try to add a little bit of a foreground element, and I try to capture that in my painting as well. And I'm trying to fix stuff here and there, and this is what I was talking about, enhancing perspective. And the wires, which is in Toronto as well as in any kind of city you live in, it gives that perspective edge. Like as soon as you put the line, it takes the viewer into the painting. So now I'm trying to add the trees. I would have left it first when I started this painting. I wanted to leave the painting as it is, but vanity prevents it. I just want to add it. So this is what I was talking about. As a beginner, we try to put all the details from a reference. There are certain things we can leave and certain things we can keep, and I think it also captures the essence. It also shows a little bit of brings the street poles in the foreground as well. And whenever I paint, I usually tape my watercolor just to get hard edges, so that I know that how it's framed. To summarize everything, pick a subject which inspires you, and make sure to don't be precise with your brushwork, and try to put as much as you want, and try to change your subjects, and let's see what you can come up with. Thanks again for watching this. I'm having fun with the watercolors painting tutorial. Please feel free to share your thoughts on this video in the comment section below. If you have any other topics related to watercolors that you would like me to cover, please reach out to me at watercolorimpressions@gmail.com or leave a comment down below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for weekly uploads, and share with your fellow artists, friends and family. And good luck with your painting, folks.